before even became named Bethany in 1999, even 10 years before that, I was involved in the ministry, the former body of Bethany. And so it is, for me, it's like a place of ministry. When we started Bethany and church become Bethany, it became from place of ministry to really my home church. First, it's a place the way we can, a safe place that we can share things and build each other up. Put down your fences around you in a much more safer environment so you can really grow. And the second is, I think, place where you can also be taught by what Christ says in the gospel. I hope we have a church really active outside this wall. So there were three things that really, I like to see. Of course, I expect for any church to do. But
I was going to church when I was a little kid. I grew up going to church with my parents and my two sisters. I read, parts of the Bible, would listen to sermons, but I don't know if everything really stuck. Coming to Bethany, I really, on an intellectual level and a spiritual level, I really started to understand what God means in my life. And that is probably the biggest growth that I felt, that I can go to Bible study. I just learned so much. I was absorbing a lot. Every time I went to Bible study, I was learning things about things in the Bible that I knew about, but I didn't really understand. I didn't truly understand grace, I feel, until I started coming to Bethany. I think there's a lot of introverts, there's a lot of shyness, but I feel like once you break through that, you can develop really deep bonds. This is my family outside of, where my parents and my sisters live. We're all spread out. And here in Boston, I definitely feel that Bethany is my family.
Yeah, so I first actually came to Bethany because I was looking for an Asian American ministry. I'd been going to Park Street while I was in college, and after college I volunteered with University Christian Fellowship at their Asian American chapter. So I wanted to get closer to understanding Asian American ministry. I came here and it was very different from what I expected and was used to. I was used to wearing suits to church, and I came here in the seminary and wore shorts, and now look at me today, I'm a changed man. But that's just kind of an example of ways that through Bethany I've experienced God's grace and understood what that means, and that's kind of a silly example, but learning what it means to kind of be yourself, come as you are with God and with the community, experience God's grace in the community, but also experience God's power and love through praise and Bible study. So in all these ways I've really met God and grown closer to Him. And Bethany has really been a place of, refuge and strength for me.